Feelings they come and they go sometimes without warning. So know a little, we all have to lose something. You say it's not what you bought on the stop line to yourself. You can contain your and learn that it's
Ladies and gentlemen, here is my Logitech G105 keyboard review. Let's begin, shall we? We have the good, the stylish, and features in the front. Now, as you can see here, it's a very gamer-focused, gamer-oriented, stylistically styled keyboard. And that is the main selling point of this keyboard, is that it's very gamer-oriented and it's very gamer-focused. That's by far the best part. And we have a blue lighting system that you could probably notice from the beginning of the video, which is a pretty awesome color, by the way. But there's one thing that I did notice in the box, but it's not on the actual keyboard, is that if you take a look at the box here, notice how the M1, 2, 3, and M are? Yeah, they're colored. And they're not colored here, which I find that a little bit perplexing, but I guess that's just nitpicking now, right? So it's time to move on. And back to the whole gamer aesthetic, gamer oriented, focused type of board. We have the gamer mode switch. We have backlighting. We don't have focus. Now we do have focus. And the lights for the scroll lock, number lock, and scroll lock are supposedly orange, but I have my light on, so chances are you probably don't see it, and that's not good, so I'm going to make sure that you do see it, which is me coming right back. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, those beautiful orange lights. And with a little bit of magic, we're going to bring the light back so you can see the keyboard more clearly. For the back side, you do notice there's cable management routes, which is fantastic. And it does have a red sports car color, which is very stylish, by the way, with two rubber feet here and here, with two stands that are on the side, here and here, which is a little bit different than what I normally have, because the stands tend to be up and down instead of side to side, left and right. And the good thing about the two rubber feet is, if you don't place the stand on, it's quite resistant and it will prevent you from slipping, which is fantastic. See my thumbs? There we go. But of course, with the good, there has to be the bad, and the bad is, sadly, that the cable is not braided. And it's really thin too, by the way. And I'm going to discuss why this is pretty bad, actually, later on in the video. And the tip is silver. It's not gold plated, it's silver as well. This is not a budget-friendly keyboard, by the way. Even though it's membrane and it has gaming features, it's not a budget-friendly keyboard. And when it comes to membrane-based keyboard that are gamer-focused, I have this benchmark, and the benchmark for me was the Cooler Master CM Storm Devastator keyboard and mice combo, because I think they did really well for that particular product, and I will bring you guys that product soon. Hopefully sooner than later, but that's another story for another day. And now we move on to the typing experience. The typing experience is quite enjoyable. Although it's membrane based, I do enjoy typing it, but I don't really like the spacebar that much, because I notice sometimes when I press the spacebar, it would not register. And no, it's not my computer's fault, because I tried it with my CM Storm Quickfire Rapid, my Razer Black Widow Battlefield, and various other keyboards during the review, such as the On. Those are the ones that are on top of my head right now, but you get the point. It's the spacebar of this particular keyboard that's not registering. Maybe I bought a bad batch. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe it's just this one particular board that has this problem. You guys that are owners of this particular keyboard, please fill me in whether or not that you have this particular problem too. And what I did notice when typing on this particular keyboard is that it's a lot more punchy than the other membrane-based keyboards. Which, see, how would I describe punchy? Let's see here. The board feels... It feels more precise. As in when I'm typing, I know a little bit more about the keyboard. I can feel the keyboard a little bit more than other membrane-based keyboards. Which is a definite plus, by the way. On to the gaming aspect. And for the gaming aspect, I have to notice these 6 macro keys are fantastic. They are easy reach, and you have 3 banks of them, so you can potentially have 18 different types of macro keys, which is fantastic when you're playing RPGs. But when you're playing FPS, this is not that useful at all. I don't quite remember any instances where I would actually refer to macro keys when playing FPS. But RPGs, you guys will love these macro keys. And once again, the spacebar problem is still there during gaming. One instance that I can remember on top of my head right away is during Black Ops 3, and yes, I play Black Ops 3 on the PC. You guys go ahead and fill those comments down below. When I try to thrust jump, I don't thrust. I jumped, and I tried to thrust to get over the wall, and the spacebar would not register, and I fell down and I died. So that was that was not the greatest moment, but it has to be said. And this particular spacebar is not the best. Of course, now we are at our end with a get it or forget it. Now, I did mention in the beginning of the video that this particular board is pricey. It's $49.99. That is quite a sum of change for this particular board with the particular switch type and the features. And the lack of features makes me want to say, because since I don't have a weighted rating anymore, the reason why I don't have a weight rating is because I tend to rely on that rating a lot. So from here on out, I'm going to take a stand. And by taking a stand, I'm going to say get it or forget it. And this particular keyboard is a forget it rating. Until they drop the price down, maybe I say get it. But as of right now, for 50 bones, I'm going to go with forget it, because there are other boards that have more features that comes in a better price. And by the way, Logitech makes really good keyboards. Just not this particular one, because of course they can't be perfect. One really good keyboard that I can mention right away from Logitech is that G105 Orion Sparks, or one of my favorite boards, which I did a review on, I believe, the past month or so, because I have finals. Anyways, I'm rambling. Going back to the point, one of my favorite boards is the G710, not the Plus model. The G710 with the Cherry MX Blue. That is a great board to get for the money, with the features that it has. It is a fine board to get. As always, if you like the videos, there's always that like button. If you dislike it, comment down below, let me know, and hopefully I can make much better videos. I aim to make much better videos soon, starting with this one. This has been Rio Gion.